Hey, happy Thursday. It's August 15th, and a very strong day, great day, man, an amazing day. So let's dive into it. It was an amazing day. It could have been spectacular, but we'll go through it all. So what did I do today? I closed out my Dow Jones position, like I said that I would. Once it hit this area here of resistance, and right away, first thing in the morning, it tagged it and sold off really, really hard. And kept going, bum, bum, bum. I sold it at the end of the day here, somewhere in here. Those contracts were $8.70. That was a $400 strike price, like 60 days to expiration, something like that. I sold them for $12.70, so that's a 46% gain. Now this still looks really good. This looks great. Depending on what happens tomorrow, I may go long Dow again. And then hold it for a longer period of time. I mean, this got the entire move that breached my price target in like 2 days. So yeah. Now, you might be thinking, why didn't I continue to hold these? Well, I've got still plenty of exposure, one. Two, last time, I'm usually good about selling into resistance or a price target that I have already deemed. And I'm usually pretty good at just getting out. And like 99% of the time, I get out, I have a price target, I get out. The one exception was here, oddly enough. I think I bought on this day or this day, and then I was up really nicely. And I think this was a gap down. Was that a gap down? No, it wasn't a gap down. But anyways, strength had been sold for 2 days in a row right by the previous high. And I thought to myself, man, you should really sell this, This isn't acting good. And then it gapped down below this trend line. And then extend to the right. And then I was adding in here. And then boom, it gapped down. And then I was on vacation, and anyways, ended up trading this whole area very poorly. So the lesson I learned from there was, I really didn't have any sell rules when I was in this. I just kind of placed the trade, and then went against what I thought would be a good time to sell. So anyway, so I'm not making that mistake again. So that's all I did. 46% gain in Dow. I still have a lot of exposure to financials. That's probably the largest. No, NASDAQ is, but financials are definitely up there. So then let's just go over to financials. I didn't really like this price action here today. But the largest holding in XLF is Berkshire Hathaway. And Berkshire Hathaway just broke above this trend line that I had drawn. Now, I could see plenty of people saying that's a stupid trend line. You would, make it here at the previous highs or whatever, and that's true. I don't disagree with that. I just see it this way, So over the coming days, we'll see if this trend line matters, right? If this was a good one to draw or not. But in my opinion, as of right now, I think Berkshire Hathaway is kind of broken out. Not out of the woods yet, right? But, and then JP Morgan's a large holding in there. Again, you kind of have a similar sort of thing, dealio. I don't really like the closes on here, but, Goldman Sachs, I'm also in Goldman Sachs equity position. I'll be in this for a long, long, long time. I've been in this since, back in here or something, 459. So, yeah, I'll be in this one for sure. Depending on how this works, I really need to add to this. Now, I think, why would I be in Goldman Sachs for a long time? Well, it's kind of a turnaround story, which is funny to think about for Goldman Sachs, 1. And 2, this is a 2-year base right here. 21 to 24, so we could argue where this base started. I would probably say right here. Yeah, so like a 2-year base, or here, you could say whatever. But anyways, 2-year base, really long base. Look at this on the weekly chart. This looks so cool. Really, really good. Huge saucer base. Pretty tight as well, I would say. Yeah, so that's why. Let's look at MasterCard and Visa. Whoa, look at MasterCard, rocking and rolling. That's what I said. MasterCard looks really good. Again, look at this huge cup. This is a huge cupping base. For example, if MasterCard gets rocking, JP Morgan gets to all-time highs, Berkshire Hathaway gets to all-time highs, financials are going to be rocking. And I think that now that bonds are performing well, that will help banks out a lot. And I think something just came in today that said home building sentiment hits all-time low, or some crazy low number or something. Yes. Maybe I'm making it up. Maybe it was yesterday I saw that. Anyways, whatever. So this morning with, the retail numbers that it came out, bonds dropped way too much. This was a crazy move down. That was ridiculous. That, way too overdone. But I had sold out of my bond position yesterday. And we'll see what happens in here. I would love to go long bonds again. I wanted to in the morning. I didn't. I was preoccupied with some horrible crap. That will go over. Okay, so anyways, yeah, that's XLF. Still in NASDAQ. Yeah, we'll we'll see what happens here. I don't know. Those are some long call options. Hey, shh. Those are some long dated call options. So we'll see what happens. Quiet. This. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow with these. But I've been in these since this day here, so they're working very nice. Those are really performing well. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So then now let's look at Microsoft. That looks fantastic. Let's look at Apple. That looks good as well. Nvidia. Yeah, that looks good too. Good old classic V-shaped recovery in the world's best company. Let's see what AMD's doing. Significantly underperforming. SMCI. Yikes. Does not look good. So for example, you might think, man, this was $1,000 and went to 500. What a great buy. And that's not a wrong way of thinking, but consistently making money in markets is counterintuitive. Because you think, man, it's super cheap. There must be, it's cheap. It's a good buy. It's a steal, right? Well, there's a reason that it would fall so much compared to, other leaders, right? SMCI used to be a leader. I understand it's not the same as Microsoft or Nvidia or whatever, but the goal is to make the best trades possible. So if you want some sort of tech exposure, you would not, I would not be going after this versus something like Microsoft or Meta. Right? Meta's like just at all-time highs. And that might look a little bit scarier to go after than SMCI. But there's a reason why Meta is right here, basically right at all-time highs, and SMCI is like 50% off, So, not saying that SMCI won't work or can't work. This is a crazy stock. You can get huge gains with this, but the reason this sold off way worse than other tech stocks, other market-leading tech stocks, is because this is, the market all around the world has deemed this weak. So that's all you need to know. Just like Carnival Cruise. So like Carnival Cruise, this is, what is this? Like this chart, like what? It's just been getting slammed since forever, right? Versus Royal Caribbean. The market's already chosen where your money should be. Same thing. It's like Meta, Apple, Microsoft, right? Nvidia, so between all those things, there's no reason to be long SMCI until it starts proving itself again. And yes, I understand, like, you can get some massive returns in here, but if you just want to go long Microsoft, Apple, even the Qs or TQQQ, which, I have call options in, you can get amazing returns. You don't need like some SMCI 10% per day, you know? I mean, so there's that. Everything still looks good, all the mega caps. Let's look at Google. Wow, has this sold off? Wow. You know, I'm never really glad when a company, you know, starts losing money, or stock price, because there's good hardworking people and families and stuff that have a lot of money in these companies, and rely on stock purchases to, you know, level up, right? So I'm not happy about this, but you know, when you have companies that censor and provide, God, just censor things and collude with the government to spread all sorts of bullshit, like Google did and still does, you know, I just hate that, man. That's so messed up. It's like, this is America. Things should be free. Like, a company should not be censoring and pushing people in one direction or another on the online. That stuff is super messed up. So, but anyways, this gap was filled. So this still looks great. With all that being said, this still looks great. 200-day moving average, moving up. This looks great. But in terms of like mega cap tech stocks, Nvidia looks way better. Nvidia, you know, Apple, Meta. Jeez, what? Apple, Meta. Microsoft looks good as well. But not as good as Meta. That's really interesting about AI, how Meta seems to be the only one making money from it. Well, I guess, and Nvidia. And Taiwan Semiconductor. So, moving on. Copper. What a day for copper. Look at this. What a powerful move. Now we'll see what happens here, because, I mean, it's right into what I would think would be resistance, you know, and kind of funky and a huge up day. So I'm still in call options here. Those are performing well. You guys will remember I got into copper right here. So yeah, that position's performing really well. Is that it? Oh no. And then Bitcoin stuff. So let's go through some Bitcoin stuff. So Bitfarms, I mean, Bitfarms, look at, I mean, if this starts rolling over, then yikes, watch out. I'm still in Bitfarms for now. It's not looking good. Oh, Walmart had such a good day today. Look at that. Great earnings. Good old Walmart. Wow. Wow, look at this stock. Wow. Nice. You gotta like Walmart. Especially at night, going to Walmart at night. Oh man, the characters. Depending on where you guys live, you know. But just at night at Walmart is so funny. Walmart in general can be kind of crazy, but especially at night. Also, Walmart's cool. I like Walmart. Let's see, does that mean Target did good today? See, look at Target, significantly underperforming. Yeah, see. All that crap, they got all political. With all that stupid stuff. And got slammed. It's like Bud Light. Those sales have still not ever have not recovered. It's wild. All right, Hut. This one was up huge today. At one point, way up, and I added to this position. Probably like the high of the day. You know, I don't know. I don't think it quite was, but regardless, it was somewhere in here, this area. Added to this. And this was when Bitcoin looked great, so we'll go over that here in a little bit. But Hut was performing better than any other miner. And Bitcoin was performing great. Stocks were ripping. I'm like, holy smokes, just when I thought Bitcoin looked like shit, we're back in business. But I didn't think back in business enough to like really go after Bitcoin, get like a real position on. These are still really small positions, like Hut Mining and Bitfarms, small positions. So I'm not concerned about them in terms of like a portfolio impact. If they don't work, but they still have the potential to work. So, I don't see any reason of selling them. Now let's go over Bitcoin. And also, just like with Hut, I understand 10 to 20 is 100% move, but I mean, look at these previous times of Bitcoin miners. Now, an interesting topic is the law of diminishing returns. Yeah, see, look, Marathon, all of them. You can go through them all, Bitcoin miners. And they haven't had that crazy run, in the past. Now, I think Bitcoin miners' revenues, they go down every halving. So every 4 years, their revenues decrease from mining Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin, the price increase of Bitcoin after every halving, I think, has been less than the previous one. Something along those lines. So there's no reason to expect that the price movement will be any different this time, So I think the price movement in Bitcoin is going to be less than what it has been in previous cycles. Now, this was a monstrous year for Bitcoin. Yeah, this has been a great year for Bitcoin. It's been monstrous. It's been insane. I mean, you could say 20,000. Although it certainly got lower, but let's just say, 20,000 up here to 70,000, right? I mean, that's huge. That's over 300%. That is a massive move. And it's been, fantastic. It's been phenomenal. So, but with that being said, I would be so surprised if this bull market was over, just given everything that's going on around the world, and with the money supply rate's going to be coming down. Banks will start lending more money. The money supply will increase. So long as there's not like this weird geopolitical tension. The money supply will increase in times of war, but in different ways, though. It's not necessarily like M2 by banks lending money, right? It's not really like that. So Bitcoin was looking great today, and then it just got absolutely slammed. Like this. Like, I have no clue what any of this was, why this even happened. I gotta be honest, I wasn't even really looking into it, but like, why? This is huge selling. I had no clue why. Stocks were still performing well. When I saw Bitcoin getting slammed, I got out of all my futures positions. I'm like, oh crap, the market's about to tank. But that turned out to be dumb. But yeah, this looks really bad. Just like I said the other night. I mean, this chart looks horrible. This looks horrible. I don't understand how anyone can argue otherwise. Now, the one thing is this is good risk to reward here, sure, but you cannot say that this is bullish price action. Like, it's clearly downtrending. It's below all of the moving averages that are also downtrending. The gap down has been filled and gotten absolutely slammed. So none of that is bullish. This can still work out, and like I've said this entire time, I would be shocked if this Bitcoin bull market was over. I don't think it is, but it very well could be. So until this forms a new uptrend, this is a no-go for me. So yeah, that's that. Now let's just go over some futures stuff. I didn't write anything down. It's pretty self-explanatory. It was up marginally, which is crazy, right? I mean, we had such a powerful day. Well, I'll go over why. So we'll start with my beloved Dow Jones. And right after this got slammed pretty hard, I got in here. Somewhere in here. And as this was working and going up, yeah, so I got in like right around in this area. And so as this was working and going up, I was adding to this. And then got slammed. And so below here is when I got out. And that was a big loss for me. And then somewhere in here, I was buying again, but not with the same amount of size. And then I sold like here or something, somewhere in here, like with this candlestick or something like this. So I sold here, and that was a fantastic gain. And then I did a couple other small trades. I did a really small trade in NASDAQ somewhere in here, and then that had got me marginally up. So there's nothing really to talk about other than dumb. Really dumb. I could have done so much better than that, but that's okay. Well, it's not okay. We gotta clean that up. It's ridiculous. That's what would have made this day like just so phenomenal. You know, if I had traded these futures much better. I could have, I should have. It would have been epic. But it would have been an epic day. Still a great day, it just wasn't epic. How does SPY look? Way better than the Qs. You would think we're going to get a pullback around here at some point. But I don't know if it's one of those things where like everybody else is thinking that same thing too. You know? Because, like, right in this area, you would think there would be a pullback. So maybe there's a bunch of people looking to go short here. Maybe that'll just rocket it higher. We'll see. Let's see how Russell did. Whoa. Russell, real strong day there, Russell. Oh, Celsius. Oh my goodness. Celsius. What a banger of a day. I'm still in these calls for Celsius. Yeah, this one's working out very nicely. Now, Celsius's financials are fantastic. I think we looked those over last night. They're phenomenal. And this is a no-brainer here from when I got in, like 37. Just in terms of risk to reward, the gap was filled down here. Still great company, sales increasing, like zero debt. Which makes me wonder, what was for all the selling? You know? Something shady going on at Celsius? You know, I don't know. But if it's such an amazing company, which it clearly is showing in their earnings, then what's it doing looking like this? But anyways, it's definitely worth it to go after it. Oh my gosh, Shake Shack. I've forgotten about Shake Shack. Oh, crap. Oh boy. That's what I get for forgetting about Shake Shack. That was such a good trade. Although I didn't hold it into earnings. I was in it from here up to the 50-day moving average and got out. Right before earnings. But that's, the market was getting slammed, you know, along with my portfolio. So I wasn't willing to have another position start working against me, you know. So just watch your steps. See, we want to see articles like this. Chipotle looks tasty. That's funny. Blah, 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 blah. Let's look at Chipotle. I mean, it's certainly not the best looking one, but okay. Yeah, you see this? Vaccine group, something has up to 500 million for Mpox response. You know, and then it's I'm managing first confirmed case of Mpox, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, dude, God. These people are trying to kill us. You know, UK foreign minister said to travel to Israel to prevent potential all-out war in the Middle East. Like, maybe people have completely forgotten, but when Zelensky and Vladimir Putin were talking about a peace deal, the UK or Britain or England or whatever the heck was like, nope, no peace deal. And now they're going to go and try and prevent an all-out war. Like, please, these people want war. So I'm sure he's going over there with the right intentions. I'm sure he's not corrupt in any way, shape, or form. Probably gets paid $100,000 a year and is worth 36 million. You know, I'm sure that's from all of his public service work. So, yeah, I mean, that's it. Let's look at Tesla. How does Tesla look? Funky. But what if this is like the world's loosest cupping base, saucer base, because it is Tesla after all. So maybe it just defies all previous, technical analysis rules because it's Tesla. Let's look at it on the weekly chart. Yeah, I mean, what if this is just like a huge base and it just rockets out? That would be pretty cool. Alright, what else? Boeing. Oh, holy crap, Boeing. They have a new CEO. Boeing has a new CEO. And he seems cool. He seems cool from what I've seen. So, we'll see if anything comes of it. Let's see how CrowdStrike's been performing. 200 to 260, not bad. What's that, 30%? That's a pretty sweet gain. What else? Palantir looks great. I wouldn't be going after it here. It's definitely chasing it. And this gap is just filled. Yeah, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. My plan for tomorrow is to either go long Dow again, depending on the price action and how it acts around here, and if it pulls back and gets supported and all that fun jazz. Let's go long Dow, and I might be doing some more day trading tomorrow, some quicker trades maybe. Because I would be surprised if it was another day like today. That would be funky to me. And I wouldn't really know what to do with my current position. So let's hope it doesn't do that. I mean, right here around 480, I'd be looking to get out of NASDAQ. But I'm also conflicted because I have such long dated call options, until December. So I'm kind of conflicted. Maybe I could work around them. So that was it. I mean, what a great day. Fun day. I botched my futures trading. Otherwise, it would have just been like, bang, But still a fantastic day. What else? What else is there to even go over? Oh, let's look at Broadcom. Let's see how happy Nancy Pelosi is. Oh man. Oh, Pelosi is so pumped. Nancy's so pumped. I bet you she's probably up on Avago. Actually, I don't think so. I think she got into Avago around this area, like right here. So she's probably not up yet. But she's got leaps in those. And then her NVIDIA position. She hasn't sold her NVIDIA position either. So, yeah. I wonder who manages her portfolios. Someone that just YOLO'd into NVIDIA and Broadcom, right? You pick the best companies and you just kind of, like Warren Buffett said, diversification is for people who don't know what they're doing. Says the guy that buys ETFs. But another thing that people think they're diversified because they're in a bunch of different stocks, that's also not true. That doesn't equal diversification to me. Like, you can't be in a bunch of stocks and say that you're diversified. I mean, that's like it's all stocks, right? Risk assets, sure. Some are different, whatever, but just broadly speaking, stocks tend to go up and down together. Just generally speaking, stocks go up and down together. So just because you're in a bajillion different names doesn't mean you're diversified in any way. I would actually argue that's a dumb thing to do, because not all stocks are going to work together, but they will certainly all fall together. So, yeah, there's that. Man, what else? I don't even know what else is going on. Are we looking at... Let's look at the economic calendar. Where the heck is... Bloomberg. Oh. So August 15. Oh, that was today. Tomorrow. Oh, consumer sentiment coming out. And that's it. This is pretty important. Housing starts, building permits. So let's see what happens tomorrow morning before the market opens. And then 30 minutes after the market opens, you have the consumer sentiment. God, it seems like they do that all the freaking time. It's ridiculous. Surveys are also a weird thing because it's like, who the heck even gets these surveys? And then you'll see it'll be like 1,000 people. You're like, what? That's nothing. But anyways, yeah, I think that's it. Let's look at Bitcoin on this. Now it's down below the 200-day moving average. All of these moving averages started moving down. The 50-day moving average has done a death cross over the 200-day moving average, right? You know, this doesn't look good. It can still certainly work, and like I said, I don't think it's done, but look at this. This is horrible. Jeez. Come on, Bitcoin. Alright, that's it. See you guys later.